All right, guys, welcome back to Crossman Productions. Man, I am so excited about today. So, as some of you guys have seen on Facebook, we finally launched CrossmanProductions.com. I've been really excited about this because this is something that's been a passion of mine for a while. Um, so, I want to create a site that's sort of like a one-stop shop for everything. Something that you can come in. Find out about the show, learn about, a little bit about what we're doing on the show. It'll be a place where you can also, have access to all of our social media, um, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all of it's on there. Um, and then also, this is where we plan to um, launch the demo for the camera as well. So hopefully, within, I say, about the next month or so, you guys will actually get to see the demo in action. So I'm really excited about that. And then we got the merch up, the new uniquely designed with the purpose shirts. We have some another couple of designs that's going to be coming out. I would say next couple of weeks as well. But definitely check it out. I'll put the link on there. Obviously, it's pretty easy, just www.crossmanproductions.com. So definitely check it out. Now, I am super excited about bringing my guest on today. You guys know, Tony from last season. We had Tony come in, and one of the things that I really admire and like about Tony is when I first started doing this show, Tony was like one of my biggest supporters. He came in. He was. I really think. I think you have to go back and look, but I think he was actually the first actor that we actually had on this show. And I was really excited about getting to meet him and bring him on and get to know him. And so throughout the year, Tony and I became some friends, and he actually introduced me to Sean Kane, and you guys are about to meet. Bishop Stevens coming up next week, which is another person that Tony introduced me to. So, anyways, today we're going to catch up with Tony because Tony has been a busy man. So I'm going to bring my buddy in. Hold on one second. What's up, brother?
How's it going, Parks? It's so good to see you again.
Man, I'm excited having you back on, man. It's been a good day. We got to talk.
It's been a while, huh? It's been a while. You've done so many shows since the last time I was on your show, and I've seen a lot of them, and you've had some really, really good guests, and it's just an honor to be back on your show again.
Cool. I appreciate it. Yeah, we've had a blast, man. And, I'm amazed at all the people who, that's been on and come in and share their stories. It's been incredible, and meet the most awesome people. I can't say enough about it. I mean, and then, we got, some people coming up. Next week, I have Venus Monique, who's in the show Vindication, which they're on their 4th season. They're starting to do 4th, and I'm just learning about the show, so kind of to deal with that one. But yeah, so Venus is going to be on, and then your buddy Bishop Stevens is going to be on next week. So
yeah, what a good guy! What a good guy Bishop is. He's really a good guy. You're going to really enjoy him on your show.
Yeah, I'm excited because I've been trying to get him for probably about a year, and I know he went through a little bit of health scare and had some surgery, so we had to let him give him some time to get 100%. So. I'm glad he's back. He's back. He looks like he's starting to do some new gigs, and I know that there's something you guys are working on together. We'll talk about later on. But
yeah, I actually got to work with Bishop on a project a couple years ago, and that's the first time I met him. I was really excited to work with him, because I knew a little bit about him, and I was like, "Wow, this guy's awesome! I can't wait to meet him." And when I actually met him, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to, I was thinking, was he going to be one of these Hollywood guys that are, got their nose in the air? Is he going to be down to earth? What's he going to be like? But he's a big man, and I didn't want to make him mad in any way. But it ended up the guy is just down to earth, and he's just like you and I. He's just a wonderful, wonderful human being. And working on set with him, his energy level was incredible because we were shooting like 10 scenes a day, and that's crazy, because that's moving fast. That's moving really fast. And he was all about it, because we were doing action scenes, we're doing drama scenes, everything. And it was just like he was right there, and he was helping everybody on set any way he could and laughing and joking and told me a lot about his life, and it was like, wow, what an amazing human being that guy is. So I'm really glad that he's going to be a part of your show because he's a cool guy.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. When you were saying that, it reminded me of the first time you told me about him is when you were doing The Patriot. And the lines
The Last Patriot. Yep, that was it.
And the lines that you had to do with him, and how nervous you were with that whole,
Yeah, because you better be on your A game when you're working with Bishop, because that boy, he's good. He don't mess around. He's good. He's ready and he's always prepared, and he brings it. He brings his A game every time. So, just anybody out there listening right now that's ever going to work with Bishop Stevens, you better bring your A game because that guy's serious. But he's a cool guy. He's not going to be a jerk to you on set.
Cool. That's awesome. So, all right. So, I want to catch up with you, man. See what all you've been up to too, man.
I've been pretty busy. I got a movie that just got released, I think 3 weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago on Amazon, called The Junkie Warrior. It's a really good movie. You make movies and it takes so long for them to get edited and put on streaming platforms and stuff, but it finally came out and it's had a lot of great reviews. I watched the film myself. I was really, really happy with it. Everything looked wonderful, looked great. It was a good movie. I worked with a lot of good actors and actresses on that film, and it was great. Kay Rock and Roll Brown was the director, and she also played in the film. She did a really, really good job. I played a detective in that one, so that was kind of a cool role for me. And it's had a lot of success on Amazon, so I'm happy about that. Let's see, what else? I got another movie getting ready to come out too called The Zanetti Brothers, which is a mafia movie. Right. It's almost done in the editing room, and then it's going to be on. They're going to put it in a couple film. Put it in some festivals and stuff like that. Before they release it on streaming platforms, because a lot of people are putting films in festivals these days, which is good because a lot of people buy them and stuff like that. And that was a really cool movie. That was filmed actually in 3 different states, Yeah, so it was really cool. It was in four different cities and 3 different states, Okay. So we got to do some traveling on that movie, and we had a lot of bikers in that movie, and we had some really great bikes, really cool bikes. My children actually was in a couple of scenes in that movie with me. So, that was a blessing all alone right there, just to get to work with my 2 kids. They die in the movie, but it's a cool movie. It was so cool to work with them. And then
with Sean Kane, right?
Yeah. Sean Kane did that film, and we filmed it all over the place. It was cool. We had a lot of different locations. That's just, it'll blow your mind when you watch it. It's like, what? How'd they do that? It was really cool. It was really, really cool.
What was it like? Because I know that you're really close to your kids. What was it like actually having the kids in the film with you, and and seeing them act for the first time in one of your movies?
It was a couple times. I was a little bit nervous for them. for the most part, their scenes were pretty easy. It was more in family setting style, where you're building up the scenes of wholesome family life and blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden they get whacked, and it's like, are they going to be able to pull this off? You know what I mean? Because people pointing guns at them and stuff like that, is how are they going to react? And they were a little nervous at first, they were a little scared, and then, with all the blood and stuff on them, it was cool, but they actually did really good. I was really, really proud of them,
How you have two daughters, right?
Yeah, I have two. One just turned 10 and one's 8.
Okay, yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
they're pretty young, so yeah. But actually,
Yeah, and
10 and 8, that's again,
yeah.
they're growing up, man.
Yeah, they're growing up, and now my oldest daughter, it's, rodeo season, and she's a steer rider, so she's all about that now. She doesn't want to do anything else except for ride steers, and it's like, well, we'll do the best we can, sweetie, but it's it's all good, but they definitely like to be in the film with me, and it was cool, it was cool.
It looks like one of them is about to going to pick up the acting bug from you.
Yeah, my youngest daughter is really, really dramatic. She really likes that. She really likes it. My oldest daughter, she likes acting a lot, but she's more into singing, and animals. So I'm not sure if she's going to be a singer or a veterinarian yet. I'm not sure which one, but that's her interest. So, but my youngest daughter, she's really likes that acting stuff.
Cool. Now the oldest one is the one that you said was into riding the steers, the rodeo, right?
Yeah.
So how is that going? I know from your story, because you come from that world, and all the stuff you went through, from that world. And if people don't know what we're talking about, you have to go back and listen to the parts of the interview that Tony and I did, and hear his story. It's an amazing story. But as a dad, I mean, how do you feel about it?
I get. There's so many. Know that
Hey, Tony, you're freezing up us a little bit. Hold on, Tony.
Oh, there you are. There you are. But I got mixed emotions because I know what rodeo life is all about. I know what can happen and all the injuries that can occur, and the danger of it, But I also know the adrenaline that you get addicted to. I also know the drive that comes with it, and I know that it teaches you a lot not to be a quitter, and to face your biggest fears and to overcome them. So I have so many mixed emotions about Adriana Rodeo, and and I just pray every time that, oh my gosh, I hope she doesn't get hurt. Oh my gosh, and she's so competitive, I mean, I'm not a super tall guy, and she's super small. She's so short. It's like, I hope she grows bigger. She's gonna be a midget, but it's like she's just a little.
For
do what?
Is being short good or bad?
It depends on the event, I guess. I mean, most of the bareback riders are about my size. Bull riders are small too. Saddle bronc riders are a little bigger. But she's really competitive. If she gets bucked off or she's not happy with a ride, she wants a reride, and it's like, you can't get a reride. You blew it, so, and she gets pretty upset. But so we'll see what happens. Maybe she hasn't really been hurt real bad yet, so after she gets her first injury, I'm sure she's going to reevaluate things a little bit.
Right. I think you're going to freak out when she gets injured the first time.
Yeah, it's just, but it makes me nervous. It's like, I don't want you to do this. You know, it's, you know,
Oh, you're freezing up again, Tony. Hold on.
tell somebody can't do something.
Hey, Tony, you're freezing up again. Hold on. Bear with us, guys. 1 second. I think we're having a problem with the internet. Hold on. There we go.
I'm not sure what happened.
I don't know. It has. I don't know. The first, I thought it kept freezing up. I don't know why.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah. So we'll see what happens with Adriana's rodeo career. We'll see. Next year, we'll see.
Man.
But I've been pretty busy with films. You know, I got a couple more projects coming up this year still. I did a good one overseas already. That's coming out soon. So that was really cool. But Monday I got to go do a commercial. So that's going to be kind of it's going to be kind of fun. I've done a few commercials. It's one of those feel good dad type commercials. It's a product commercial, and my son gives me a special gift in the commercial, and I have to cry and give him a hug. And you know, it's a heartfelt commercial for a product. You know, it's a product commercial. But I'm going to do that on Monday. In August, I have another project with Bishop Stevens called Fantasy Fights, and now this one's really kind of cool because we're going to do a feature film on it at the end of August, and it's, like I said, the name of it's Fantasy Fights, and Bishop is actually playing himself in the film, you know, because Bishop was a WWE wrestler. His name was Ollie Stevens in the WWE, and he's going to play himself in the film. I'm going to play an evil clown, which is kind of cool. So I'm really excited about that because I've never done anything like that. So I'm like, yeah, let's bring it. But we're going to have matches like these fantasy fights, and it all intertwines. But after the film's over, what we're going to do is we already have it set up on the internet and streaming platforms on Fight TV. Every week we're going to have live matches, and I'm a producer. Yeah, and I'm a producer on that. You know, it's going to be fun matches. It's wrestling, but it's not. We put a little different twist on it than the WWE or WWF or any kind of stuff like that, because now we got like Hunter Biden versus, you know, Donald Trump's son, you know, and stuff like that, you know. So it's going to be really cool, but it's all going to be on pay-per-view on Fight TV, and it's going to be all over the country. Every week is going to be in a different city, and it's going to be a big thing. We've already got a lot of attention from it. It's crazy. It's so crazy how many wrestling fans are out there in this world.
Right.
You know, it's super, super crazy. And then in September, I'm going to Thailand.
Oh, wow.
for a film called Bar Girl. And the director, his name is Conrad Glover. And this is like a gangster spy type movie, and you got different mafias from all over the world going to be battling each other. And I'm the Italian mafia guy, right, you know, battling battling the Asians and the colored guys and the Mexicans and blah blah blah. So it's actually we're filming in Thailand. I'm really really excited about that. They're just waiting for the rainy season over there to get over, and then they're shipping me out in September to film that. And I'll be over there for a couple weeks. I'm really excited about that.
Cool. The other movie you just did overseas, was that in Germany?
Yeah, Germany and Scotland.
Yeah. So you get to travel a lot, man. To be able to
yeah, a little bit. I mean, you got to go where the work's at.
Is this going to be your first time in Thailand?
Say that again?
Is this going to be your first time in Thailand?
Yeah, I've never been to any Asian countries at all, so it's going to be a nice experience for me. I'm really excited, Conrad's already sent me a bunch of pictures because he's been over there doing, the location scouting and everything like that. And he's like, wow. And he's sitting over there with nice little drinks and umbrellas and palm trees. And I'm like, come on, man. Don't be showing me that right now. So
when you're out there, you got to send pictures, man. I want to see what it's like.
Oh, I promise I will. But I don't have to be too quiet about this film. I can talk about it a little bit. So I'm really excited, so there's probably going to be some karate type stuff in it, I imagine, because there'll be some Asian people and stuff. So there'll be a lot of action. It's going to be a really fast paced film. And I really like those kind, so I'm excited.
Cool. I was thinking too, when you're talking about this whole, the wrestling, fantasy and the wrestling things you guys are going to be doing. One of the things I eventually want to talk to Sean about is that documentary he did for Roddy Piper.
Oh, yeah. He was really, really good friends with Roddy Piper. Really, really good friends with that guy before he died. Sean actually wrote Roddy Piper's comedy skit for him, and they traveled all over the United States. After he quit wrestling, he went all over the United States. I actually saw some of them on tape. I didn't see him live, but it was really good, and he was actually a really cool guy, Roddy Piper. He was super cool, so it was cool. And we got some big wrestler guys coming in this film too. A lot of people, like some of them are retired, like Victoria. She was a diva, WWE diva. She's going to be in it, and some other people. I don't really follow wrestling a whole lot, so I don't know who's who. But we got some good actors in this film, and and I'm excited to work with Bishop again. I'm really excited, because I learned a lot from him the last film I worked with him on. And he's just a cool guy, and I've talked to a few of the other actors already on Facebook Messenger, and everybody seems super cool, so I'm looking forward to it. I'll probably try and pick up a couple more commercials. I'm working on another feature film for January or July right now. So hopefully I get cast in that. So it's coming up pretty quick, so I think I'm going to get that too. So I'm staying pretty busy. Not as busy as I want. Of course, everybody wants to work every day, but I'm kicking movies out still. And I still got three movies coming out still on streaming platforms that haven't been released yet.
Yeah.
The Vagrant. I talked to you before about The Vagrant. That's in a bunch of film festivals right now, winning all kinds of awards. So I'm really excited for that one to come out. And back in 2021. I won an award for that film.
Oh wow!
So I'm really excited for that to come out. So I'm really excited. And then the Curse of the Clown Motel, a horror film, that should be coming out really soon too. And there was a lot of big actors in that one. So, I mean, that's the struggles with film. You make a movie and it's like, yeah, I just made a movie. How cool! But now let's wait 2 years for it to come out. So, but we'll.
Once you guys make the films, it takes a while. People don't realize to go through the whole editing process.
Yeah.
And for people who's never edited, you don't understand all that goes into it and why it takes so long. Even I just did like 30-second commercials. If you go to my YouTube, you see these like 30-second commercial things that I did for Aspen, and just something that simple still took like 2 or 3 days just for 30-second spots. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, so people don't realize when you're doing a full-length movie, with all the everything that goes into it, it takes a while. It takes a while to get everything perfected.
It takes a lot of time because you have to work on the sound, you have to work on the lighting, you have to adjust so many things, you have to piece it together. It's like, phew, I'm glad I'm not on that racket. I don't want to be an editor. No way.
You definitely have to have a passion, and you definitely have to have the patience for it. It really is. There's a lot to it.
Well, it's a really important part of the filming process. So Sean, because when Sean makes a movie, he'll make it where he films it like scene 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And a lot of directors will film movies where they shoot scene 5, shoot scene 12, shoot scene 1. You know what I mean? And I've worked with it depends on the director how they want to do it. But when you get into the editing part, you're piecing everything together. Right. And sometimes scene 1, 2, and 3, scene 3 might actually be better where scene 5 is. So it's the editing process that makes the film really, really good,
Right.
And I think that's probably the most scoring the film and editing is definitely the most important part of movie making,
Right.
by far, because if you don't have good scoring, then the movie's going to be flat and nobody's going to really be into it, but if you have a good music background in the scene, people are going to be like, oh,
Right.
and it just brings it alive.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a lot to it. So with all the films that you have coming up, what I want to do is we'll put it in the detail section of the interview, and people can come in and we see. Because some of it's going to be, you got some that's on Amazon, some that's going to, be coming out, and then also they can keep up with your IMDb. That also shows, what you're working on too.
Right. Yeah, I got IMDb. It's Tony Taylor X1X, I think, on IMDb. I don't really get on IMDb a whole lot anymore. I kind of got burned down on it, but that, and I don't really get on social media a whole lot anymore. But I do communicate a lot of times on Messenger still.
Okay.
So, that's the best way to talk to me is on Messenger.
Cool. So, of all the projects that you have coming up, I know you can't say what's your favorite, but what's the one that is if this was the film that you wanted people to see the most to recognize you as an actor, you're I won't say you're most proud of, but you're excited about. Which one would it be? Did I lose you again? All right, guys, just give us a second here. We lost connection with them again. Give us 1 second. He's just going to log back in. I think he's having problems with his internet connection. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm here. You must have a terrible.
Yeah, I don't know if it's mine or your end.
It's nice and sunny out here on the West Coast. Yeah. It's good. I got a good signal. But what were you saying about all of the projects I have coming up again?
All the projects you're doing. So if somebody is watching you for the first time,
hello.
What's the one project that you're like, hey, you've got to see this project?
Say that one more time, Parks.
I said if somebody's watching you for the first time, what's the one project that you would be like, hey, this is the project you have to see?
Ah, gosh, that's a tough one. I guess it depends on the interest of somebody, but the one I'm going to say is probably Bar Girl, the one that's going to be filmed in Thailand, because that's a big movie. It's not a small movie. It's a big movie. There's a lot of big actors in it, and there's a lot of crazy things going on, and it's high budget. So I would say Bar Girl, for sure. Cool. Yeah.
So, and you're going to send us pictures so we can post the pictures while you're in Thailand, so we can kind of see what you're.
I will.
It's like out there.
I'll post pictures when I'm out there for sure. And I'll definitely send you some.
Cool. Awesome. Definitely. So, the last time we talked too, you got to go see or be on Anastasia's show.
Yes. What a wonderful show. What a wonderful show. That lady, wow, that lady has a heart of gold. She's all the way out there in Australia, right. But she has so much passion for human beings that it inspired me, just to listen to her, because it was like, wow, this lady's actually a really good human being, and she actually cares, like really cares. She doesn't just say she cares, she actually does care. And that's a big thing right there, where it's like, wow, I really enjoyed being on her show. I learned a lot about the things she's doing with homeless people and stuff like that, and I really admire her for that. And she has a lot of great guests on her show too that do a lot of good for human beings, and I think that's one of the best shows that I've been on, because all the people that are involved in her show, all of her guests and everybody like that, they're not selfish people at all. Right. They don't really think of themselves, and it makes you feel good, because you see people in this world still care about each other, because most people, they don't care about you. They don't, as long as, if you're not in their lives, they don't care about you, and the people on her shows, and Anastasia herself, she cares, and it made me think, after being on her show, I was like, wow, I've met, like yourself, you're an excellent human being. Excellent human being. I can't say enough good things about you, because you've done so much in your life to help people, and you've inspired so many people, including myself. But I remember, like, a time I was out in New York City filming a film, and I was in Manhattan, and I'm a stranger in that town, I'm like, in Manhattan, there's so many big buildings everywhere. They're super tall. And at the bottom floor, on almost every corner of every building, there's like a little convenience store in every one of these buildings in Manhattan. And I needed directions. So I go into this place, and I'm like, hey, because I hear this guy talking to the cashier. They're both speaking English, blah, blah, blah. And so I let him finish his conversation, and I asked him, sir, can you help me real quick? He looked at me. And then he turned his head away, and I said, excuse me, sir, can you help me real quick? And he looked at me again, and he walked right out the door. I was like, what's the matter with you? I was like, what a jerk off. Right, I was like, man, but that's just the environment, and I'm not saying everybody in New York's like that, but there's so many people in this world that just won't give you a second look. It's, and it's sad, because look at the way our world is right now. That's the reason it is, because there's so many selfish people out there.
Right. And that's the thing too. And you're right. Just like from the moment I met Anastasia, and she just has a heart of gold. So as I have people come on my show, I'm like, hey, listen, after you do my show, go see Anastasia, and meet Anastasia and be on her show, because she just says she's an awesome person. So we sent a couple of people over there, and I love Anastasia. Can't say enough about her. So, and
I wish her well. I hope the best for Anastasia. I hope her show gets so popular, around the world. I really do, because she deserves it. She deserves it, all the best. Right,
and stuff, all the stuff she's gone through too. And still come out with such a a positive attitude of everything. I love to say Anastasia. So I want to see her be very successful as well. So
right, let's talk about you though for a minute, man. You got a great show. You're a great human being. You've changed a lot of people's lives. So let's talk about you for a second. You need props too, bro, because you're a good man.
Oh, I appreciate that. I mean, I'm excited about what we've been able to do with the show. I just recently hired a new guy named his name's Eric Medley. So he's been trying to help me develop the show. We started doing some shorts, some short clips of some of the interviews that we've done, and then he's the one who actually is working on the website. So eventually, I'm going to bring him on, and then we're going to get to meet Eric. But yeah, I mean, we're trying to head in the right direction. And like I told you, the goal before, the goal is to be able to bring the body camera out. So we're one step closer to to show the demo on the site, so people can actually see how the camera works. And I'll eventually be wearing it to on-site interviews. I do have something in the works that you might be excited about. We were talking about how I used to do screenwriting for films.
Mm-hmm.
About, hey, go do a film. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna give everybody like just a little taste. But I have a little skit that I wrote, a little script for, and so I would say probably in the next maybe week and a half, 2 weeks, you'll see my first little mini film, I guess.
Really?
Yes.
Outstanding.
So
congratulations on that.
It's gonna be a little skit, but it's gonna be kind of a spoof on something. But yeah, so that should be coming out pretty soon.
Very cool, man. I'm happy for you.
I appreciate that. Yeah, if everything goes well with this particular skit, it may be something we start commonly, doing on the show every so often. So you guys have to like it.
No, that's really cool. It's a whole different world than you're doing when you do film. Because you're a talk show host now,
Right.
so it's you're always on. But when you do film, it's totally different,
Right.
And I know you've told me before that you write scripts before and stuff like that, so I know you're a very creative man. So I'm really excited to see it come out. So I want to see it.
So that's one thing, and then we interviewed Ginger Crossman from The Chosen, which I found out The Chosen is filmed it's in Midlothian, Texas, which is far from where I'm at. And then we got Venus coming in, Venus Monique, who's coming in from Vindication, and then Vindication is only filmed like 45 minutes from my house. So about trying to show up on a set and see if maybe I can get a role. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But I'm tempted to throw my hat in the ring a little bit and just see if I can do some acting.
I know you can be. I know you'd be a great actor. I know you really would be.
So yeah, so that's kind of what I've been up to. And then obviously trying to grow the channel and just the one thing I really enjoy about this channel, especially going into our second season, is that just all the incredible people that I get to meet, through this.
You've had a lot of great guests on your show. A lot of great guests. Pooja, I've talked to Pooja.
Yes.
I've talked to her a couple times. She's really an amazing actress, out there in Chicago. She does really good. She's a really nice lady. And Jonathan, I talked to him a couple times after he was on your show. He's a really, really good guy, So you've had a lot of good people on your show, Parks, and it's only getting bigger and bigger. I remember, when we first did a show together, you weren't even live. Now look at you, man. You're going live. It's kind of like, woo, look at Parks. It's like, yes, he's getting there. He's making it happen, but it just says a lot about your character, because I know you've had a lot of determination in your life, because you told me your life story. And of course you have so much determination. So I know you're never going to fail on this. This is going to be a very successful show. And I do hope that your show goes worldwide as well, because you deserve it. You really, really deserve it.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, it was like when I first did the first live show, it was kind of nerve-wracking because everything was recorded, pre-recorded, and I could go back and take out the mistakes. And every time you have, especially when you do live, and we have technical issues like we did tonight. In a pre-record, I could go take that out, but in a live setting, I'm like, oh, hopefully everything works. You never know because it's technology. But one of the things I really like too about our audience is that the first time it happened, where we had like technical difficulties, we were struggling for about 5 minutes. And 5 minutes could kill us, a live stream. When something goes down for 5 minutes, and I was like, oh, that's it. These people are not going to come back. They're just going to leave and not going to stay with me. But 5 minutes later, I come back on. My two guests were talking to each other during the time, and my audience was still there. They were just waiting for me to come back. So I was like, after I saw that, I was like, you know what? My audience is faithful to what we're doing, and that just, maybe that we're on the right track for people to still stick around and especially my guests. I guess they're talking to themselves. Like talking to each other, keeping the show going. Well, I lost internet connection.
And your wife is still giving you all the support you need?
Yes. So
good.
And you know what? Monday is June 5th. So Monday is our 24th anniversary. So yeah, she hasn't killed me yet, so we're good.
I just remember you told me you had an anniversary. So it's already been a year since I've been on your show?
Yes. It's been, yeah.
Wow, because the last time I was on your show, it was anniversary time.
It's already Monday is our anniversary, 24th.
Well, happy anniversary, man. You made it through another year. Congratulations. That's awesome.
So yeah, she hasn't killed me yet. So I guess I'm doing something right.
That's good. You better do something nice for her because that's a special anniversary number.
Yeah. So
every anniversary to a woman special though.
Right. So so almost 25 years. So hard to believe.
It's crazy.
Fun, but no.
That's good. That's so awesome. What about that one lady? How's she doing? Have you talked to her for a while? The lady with daughter that had a bad thing happen to her.
Oh, you're talking about Elizabeth Gerald.
Elizabeth.
Yeah, she's been doing amazing. She just got a presidential award from President Biden.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so and then that's another just incredible person. Of all the people I talk about too, who's really persevered through some hard times. Elizabeth, like I have to put her like almost at the top of that that list for all
sure
she's gone through, and they have such a just a positive and caring attitude in all the stuff she's doing, because she's still advocating against teen suicide, and she's got these programs that's helping feed the homeless, and I mean she's just incredible. All the stuff she's trying to do, for the city of Chicago. I mean, she's trying to expand that outside of Chicago too. Those programs. So yeah,
she's an amazing woman. I really admire her and respect her a lot.
So and if you guys ever get a chance, definitely go check out Elizabeth Gerald's interview, and check out her Facebook page and the stuff that she's doing, because you really want to get involved in something that's worthwhile. I highly recommend getting involved with her. And then you're talking about Pooja too. Pooja is also in Chicago, and then Pooja's been she's been working on her film, and then she's been doing acting classes too, online acting classes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I know she has. I post them every so often on my site, but anybody who's ever like interested in learning like the whole um, the whole industry, as not just acting, but filmmaking and screenwriting and all the aspects that go to it. Pooja's like, she's got a class that teaches that, and I know she's doing. I know she's got a couple of classes during June, but I'll go back and because I post them up on my site, so I'll see what the last dates are. But yeah, another incredible person too. I love Pooja too.
Yeah, she's a really nice lady, for sure.
So, yeah, I mean, it's just all the people that we've had on. Just recently, I just had Robbie on, Robbie Allman from P2 Concepts, and we did the talk about the active shooter training. Another great guy, and he trains all the SWAT teams out here in Texas, actually.
Really?
Yeah. So
wow,
it's his job. He just trains SWAT. You mentioned that, Joe. I mean, you get train all the time, and he trains them, gets them ready to go into whatever situation they're going to go in. So he talked about kind of his journey, and then we did the second half of his show. We did sort of an active trainer, kind of give some advice and tips on active shooting, because we did have a mall gate shot up here over in Allen, Texas, about a month ago. So unfortunately, it's happening more often, and we wanted to just
it's pretty disheartening how the world is right now with all the shootings everywhere and what's going on worldwide, with Russia and China and the United States and everything. It's like, that's one thing I'm kind of a little bit nervous, I'll be honest with you, about, going to Thailand in September, because the Chinese are in America's kind of button heads a little bit. So who knows what the world's going to be like, soon, and how's Thailand feel about it all and how they're going to treat you when you're there. And, so I do have a little bit of concerns, but I don't know. It's just, I wish everybody could get along, because I always felt that every country has something to offer the world. We can learn from every country, and if we all got along and worked together as a team, wow, this world would be an amazing place,
Right.
Instead of everybody trying to dominate it and be the number one guy on the block. It's like, come on, just mellow out and get along and work together.
Right.
We'd have a great world.
Right. So, I didn't think about that, when you go overseas, and that's a concern. I mean, because you went to Germany, now you're going to Thailand. What kind of precautions do you normally take for security purposes?
I don't know. Parks, I don't know. They haven't said anything about, hey, wear a hard helmet or anything like that. But, I know it's a different environment over there. I know there's a lot of, people target tourists and stuff like that. But on a film set in hotels, we'll have security and all that stuff. So I'm not worried about safety or anything like that. And, and I can definitely handle myself pretty good. If some little guy comes running up trying to mug me or something, he better know how to fight really well, because if he doesn't, he's going to have a bad day, So I'm not really worried about that too much. It's just, I'm more worried about, a world war or something like that going on. That's what I'm concerned about. I'm not worried about, crazy Taiwan people or anything like that, or for Thailand people, I'm not worried about that. I can handle myself. I'm not worried, but we'll have security and everything else. So I'm not worried about stuff.
Cool.
Just worried about China sending over some bombs somewhere or something. Yeah. It's like, hey. But I'm going over there to have fun and make a movie. So that, I'm going to enjoy it.
And that's the thing too. It's cool to be able to go to another country and learn their culture. And I think that if more people would do that, where they would go to different countries and just like instead of staying in their own, go visit other countries, learn more about their culture. I think we would have a whole new perspective of one another.
Well, yeah, I mean, their culture is actually fascinating to me. I'm going to learn as much about it as I can, because it's something different. It's something new. So, of course, I'm going to eat it up. I'm going to try all their food. I'm going to talk to the people. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it, because it's different than what we have. So I'm really, and I'll be polite and professional, and I'll use my manners, and so it's just going to be good.
Cool. And when you come back from the film, you got to come back and tell us what it was like in Taiwan.
Yeah, for sure. We put it together a slideshow or something, and I'll maybe video a couple people over there. How you doing? Just to talk to a couple locals, just to see what life's like.
Right.
And then we can play it on your show. That'd be cool.
Yeah, it'd be a blast. Another thing we could do too, if you have time in a downtime, whatever, we might do like a live event where you can film while you're there.
Yeah, that would be super cool.
And that way,
that would be awesome.
You can visit a restaurant or something and give us a critique on what the food is like there with the restaurant or whatever. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yes, that would be so cool. Walk around and show you what's going on.
Right.
Talk to a couple people. That'd be awesome. Yeah, let's do that. That'd be a lot of fun.
Cool. So we're gonna set that up.
I'll be your field reporter. That's what I'll do. I'll be your field reporter in Thailand.
and then we can pick up an audience in Taiwan and get to learn about the culture.
Yes, and well, the pictures that I've seen already of it is beautiful. It's such a beautiful place. It's like green grass, beautiful beaches, nice trees. And the cuisine over there looks amazing. Because Conrad shows me pictures of his plates of food all the time, and it's like, you're a jerk, man. I'm hungry right now. I mean a cheeseburger, and you're eating this. Come on. It's like, so it looks really good over there, though. And he told me the people are super friendly, really nice. He said people treat you really good over there, so I don't see any problems at all. I don't see any problems. I'm really looking forward to it. Getting to do what I love to do the most, make movies, have fun. What else can a guy ask for?
Right. So we're definitely going to set that up. We're going to set that up so we can go out there and I'd love to meet some of the people out there too. We even if we're doing it, do a live stream video, that'd be awesome. So
yeah, it would be really cool.
Before we go, I'm going to ask you this. If you could give, everybody one piece of advice for all the stuff that you've learned, to all the stuff you've been through, if you give them one piece of advice, what would it be?
Forgiveness.
That's a good one.
I think if people can learn to forgive, then they can learn to heal, and they can better themselves, and they can better other people. There's so many people that can't forgive anything, and they have bitterness throughout their lifetime from it. So I think the most important thing that I've learned in life so far is forgiveness.
Wow.
I really do. I feel forgiveness is the most important thing.
Wow.
So forgive people for their mistakes. We're only human.
Right.
But forgive people.
That's great too. That's great advice because, the only thing, whenever you hold a grudge like that, the only person you're really hurting is you. Because most of the time you're holding a grudge against somebody has no clue you're even holding a grudge against them.
Yeah. And I'm guilty of it. I've held grudges, but the later years of my life, I don't hold them anymore. I just don't, I'm like, it's out of my hands. It's out of my control. There's nothing I can do about it. I forgive the person or I forgive the situation or anything. And then I just move on, and then I don't have bottled up stress. I don't have bottled up emotions of, I'm not like that. It's better just to be happy, forgive, and I know some things are really hard to forgive, but just do the best you can and forgive.
Right.
Try it. Try it. That's the only advice I can give, like for human world life advice. That's all I got. Forgive.
And that's good too. That's good advice. Because one thing people have to realize is we're only on this planet for a short period of time.
Right.
Every relationship that you have on this planet is precious, and it's like and to let little things, sometimes even big things, but let things come between and run good friendships and family and all that. At the end of the day, when you're on your deathbed, none of that really matters. Yeah. So I mean,
No, I had a friend that lost a family member not long ago, and him and that family member were fighting for years, and now my friend is all tore up inside because that family member is gone and he can't make peace with that person, and he can't make peace with himself. So he's just walking around with turmoil and so much stress, and he's not thinking clear, and it's actually really sad to see him like that, because no matter what, he can't say sorry, so it's better to say sorry and forgive now than it
right,
is later, because later might not be there for you.
right. So, man, that's good advice, man.
Thank you, sir. It's true though.
Thank you so much for being on the show again. I miss you, man. I miss sitting down and talking.
I miss you too, because you're a good dude. I really like the heck out of you. I've always enjoyed you. You're always positive. I remember talking to you a couple times, even when we weren't on the show, and I was kind of having a stressful day, and it's just your positive attitude made me like, boop, 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 all happy and positive myself. And I was like, wow. And that's what's cool about you, because no matter what kind of a day someone's having, they talk to you, they're going to be happy anyway, because you're positive. I don't know how you do it. I really don't know how you do it, Parks. I don't know how you stay positive all the time.
Well, I mean, I have my moments too. So
I know, but still, you're a good man.
well,
And I'm really, really happy for you that you're on your anniversary. It's really cool.
yeah. So I gotta figure out tomorrow what we're gonna do before we go back to work on Monday. But yeah, I'll have to figure something out. Something good. 24 years. So
That's amazing.
yeah.
That's amazing. Most people don't even make it 3 or 4. You made it 24. Wow.
24 years. Hard to believe. I don't even feel that old, man. That makes me feel like
That's a long time.
yeah. That was
I mean,
it's literally. I was telling my daughter, it's like literally almost half my life.
right.
With the same person. So, but yeah, it's
That is a long time.
so.
It's like 24 years ago. Well, I was thinking I was doing 24 years ago. It's like, wow, life is so much different now.
Right? Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, my kids are all like grown up now, and my last one is headed into high school, so she'll be graduating. And she's the one that helps me with the show, Elizabeth. So she's the one that helps me with the show. She's about to graduate, and all she needs is 1.5 credits. So she's going to graduate like within the first 9 weeks next year.
Oh, wow. So she's a senior now then, when they go back to school.
Yeah, so when she goes back, she'll be a senior, but she only has to do the first 9 weeks of her senior year, and then she'll have all the credits that she needs to graduate. So she'll be graduating early.
Very good. Very good. I'm happy your family's doing well. Really
Cool.
happy. Mine's doing pretty good too. Nobody's gone to prison in the last couple of years, so I mean everything's good.
And you have the kids in the film with you, so that's good too.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool because that opportunity doesn't come very often. The company that I'm going to go do a commercial for on Monday, they're looking for children actors to do commercials. So let's see what I can do to get them in on that.
Right.
I have to go do a good commercial first before I talk to him about that. But
Right.
it's going to be good. It'll be fun. But if not, then that's good. I almost don't want him really getting into the acting world. It's really a tough world. And I don't want to, because there's a lot of disappointment and there's a lot of challenges and there's a lot of rewards, but a lot of people, get their feelings hurt pretty bad in the movie business. So I don't know if I want that for my kids or not.
Yeah. Well, cool.
So we'll see.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate it so much, man. I appreciate you for being back on the show, man.
Thank you for inviting me back.
Oh, definitely. Anytime, man. Anytime. So we'll get together when you get go to Taiwan, and we'll set that whole thing up because that's going to be fun too. So,
that would be really cool. So September for sure. We'll do that.
Awesome.
But don't forget the time zones are going to be way different.
Oh, that's true. It is going to be.
Well, we'll make it work. We'll make it work somehow. That'd be really cool because I think over there is nighttime right now. Or maybe it's early morning. If it's early morning, that'll be perfect.
Hey, just let you know, Elizabeth just jumped on. Elizabeth Gerald.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. Hi, Elizabeth.
Tell her hi for me. Hey, Elizabeth, how you doing?
So, she's jumped on. So, Elizabeth, we were just talking about you, so you got to go back and please replay the show. So, well, cool. So, all right, brother. Thank you guys so much for joining us too, man. I had a lot of fun. I love catching up with friends and seeing what they're up to. And again, definitely check out the new website, crossmanproductions.com. Check out everything Tony's doing. We'll put links to the films so you can go see his films. And good luck with the commercial. That's gonna be I can't wait to see that too. So all right, guys, remember until next time, remember you are uniquely designed with a purpose, and always keep moving forward. Peace.
See you guys.